So we are tracking Laura tonight. The storm still has the Florida Keys on alert, and the newest advisory has just come in. So let's get right to meteorologist Luke Doris.
He's in the Weather Authority Center with what we need to know right now. Luke.
Well, Laura's centered right now near Puerto Rico and winds to 50 miles per hour. The track still generally expected to be south of South Florida and the Keys by Monday. It's a glancing blow, but it could still bring us some rough weather. Here it is on radar, and you can see the centers here and all the bad weather well behind the center, dragging to the east and to the north. And it has been a rough day in Puerto Rico today. And on top of that, look at the tropical storm force wind field. Also well away from the center, 180 miles to the northeast and to the east, and not much happening out ahead of it, so that center doesn't tell the whole story. The cone, of course, tracks where the center will be. You can get those impacts, those winds outside of it, and that's why we could still see some rough weather in parts of South Florida. The latest cone has it running right up the gut of Hispaniola, and what that tells us is there's land interaction, especially with the mountainous areas, and what that would do is keep the winds down, the storm somewhat disrupted. Because of that, no strengthening is forecast as we go through Sunday. Thereafter, here it goes through Cuba, likely still interacting with a whole lot of land. No strengthening through Monday, and that's as it makes its closest approach to South Florida. But there is still the possibility, and the National Hurricane Center is considering this, sometimes these wobble, and if it were to wobble north, we could have a stronger storm. It's not likely, it's just not impossible, and we need to bear that in mind as there's still some question marks here. I also showed you that wind field. Well, watch the forecast. Even if it does run right down the center of the cone with the center of the storm, look at these winds. Tropical storm force winds overtake the middle and lower Keys, and on top of that, even north of there, we're likely to get some of that rough weather with tropical storm gusts possible, with some of the strong squalls through Dade and Broward. That would be on Monday. So the idea here is that Monday could still be fairly rough through for a good chunk of us. Also, we have a tropical storm watch has been issued for the Keys and the waters off of Dade and Broward. Thereafter, Laura strengthens as it goes into the Gulf of Mexico. Category 1 is forecast as it approaches East Texas, Louisiana, or even Alabama. That would be by Wednesday. And at about the same time, just a couple days before, actually, Tropical Storm Marco could become a hurricane and be in the same general area.